Good day, everyone. Good day. Ooh. So, whilst again Sunak looks like the front runner from the MP's point of view, Boris, is looking to come back. Don't come back. Don't come back. There's a lot of people saying about the privileges committee, and what's the point? You, I can't believe I heard Steve Baker talking about how we are how there are going to be plenty of Tory MPs who are not going to vote on his side when it comes to the privileges vote, because more and more of the truth is known now, um, and people have made up their minds. But he's one of the biggest Boris backers I know. I just I don't know. I mean, you got Grant now. If you've watched this channel, you know that I don't like Grant Shapps. He is raga. He's such a neith. I just I don't like him at all. You know, he was he tried to force through plans for the bullshit fucking motorway underneath Stonehenge. Told that the way he was doing it, told not to do it because the way he was doing it was illegal and it was unpopular. And he still goes ahead and sorts out cash for it anyway. I fucking hate him. We're like he's Home Secretary now. Like he's like he was the good choice of all this. Why? Why is why is he the good choice? That's what I want to know. Why is Grant Shapps the good choice for Home Secretary? Well, it's probably the only choice for Home Secretary, considering that. I mean, we've got Therese Coffey's Health Secretary, so what do you expect? We've got idiots, and they're not going to call a general election. I mean, if the next Tory PM calls a general election, it's political suicide. I can't see how it wouldn't be. But we gotta have one. We just we need to get these assholes out of government. It just the Tories, if they don't do one thing, which they proved that the thing they ultimately want isn't going to work. That they're they're just going to fall back on austerity, which they're doing. You don't need to. Moving the finances around. It's just moving maths around. I do that with my own finances, and I'm better off financially than I was. Largely because I treat money like maths, because this is all it is. It's it's difficult to articulate just exactly what kind of trouble we are in. The world is laughing at us. You know, you bring the fact that they fucked up our economy to a Tory, and it's like, oh, we got the same. You can find the same problems across Europe, but it's worse here. Why is it worse here? Oh, but there's no. Don't skirt around the fucking question. Fucking Ergy. Answer the question. Why is it worse here? And if you're going to try and blame Labour, I will tell you to shut your fucking mouth. Because it's the Tories that have been in power for over a decade. Over a decade. So if you're going to try and blame the Labour Party, fucking do one. You ruined us. Not the Labour Party, not the Lib Dems, not the Green Party. You did. The Blues. Whether that's the Brexit Party, the Reform Party, Yellows with UKIP, but other fucking Tories who swallowed a lot of that vote up. Oh, we don't need a general election. Oh, no, you don't need a general election. Let's put it correctly, shall we? You don't need one. You don't want one. Because you know it's fucking political suicide for you. Because you know you're fucked. And I've been hearing these idiots going, oh, Boris is an election winner. He was losing the by-elections. Boris was losing the by-elections. How can you now say that how can you still say he's an election winner, you fucking twat? He won one election. The general election. On the back of bullshit. And then people found out that it was on the back of bullshit.
What do you think?
You just... 2 secs. Not only that, but going through the pandemic, and he bullshit as he's being investigated now for bullshitting. Because we all know he bullshits. Oh, he's a real rough around the edges. No, he's not rough around the edges. He's a bullshitting liar that pretends to be as British as possible, despite the fact he was born in Manhattan. He went to school in Brussels, for fuck's sake. Oh, Boris, because he's British. He's the most British person I know. Fuck off. Racist. Did anyone hear that LBC, the person who ran into LBC? Racist fuck. Oh, I saw him in the British Army. He was from Uganda, and he was white, so he was English. No, you fucking twat. He was Afrikaan. Which means he's of Dutch descendancy, not English. You fucking racist moron. I don't care if you're in the fucking army. You're a twat and you're an army. I'm going way off the rails. I don't know what I'm saying. No. You're a twat and you think you know better because you're in the army. Right? No. The guy was from Uganda and was white, probably because of the minority white population. That doesn't mean he's English. It drives me mad. See, by that twat's own standards, that means Russians are the same as are just as English people because they're white. But what? Are you stupid? Most of the people I've heard react to this have been rather polite. But what? This guy is fucking... I am going to be blunt here. This guy is a racist pig. I don't care if you're... And it just... It makes sense that your father was or local party chairman or whatever you fucking said. Your attitude very much shows that you're a racist. Why are you getting involved in UK politics on national conversations when you're such a retard? I know that's a taboo word these days because it's offensive, but I'm trying to be offensive to this fucking racist. If you don't like it, fuck off. I'm an offensive person and an abrasive person when it comes to dickheads because I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I think that they are corrosive. Very corrosive. I have had to prove why racism is not just morally wrong, but evolution. It's bullshit in terms of evolutionary science. Like, if racists had it their own way, then where's the genetic diversity gonna come in for evolution? We'll just go stagnant. And one of the bullshit things I heard from that was, oh, it's better than chaos. It's physics, you dickhead. It goes, that's what entropy is. It's going to happen. It's physics and biology. And then the arrow of time. Overall, you have evolution. I mean, is he trying to say America? It was really funny. And again, on his own standards, it's hilarious because he's then talking about how Rishi Sunak has got all these American contacts and a green card and all that shit. I was like, but by your own, and it's like better than my other analogy with the Russians because white Americans are descended from white Irish, English, Scottish, and Europeans. So, what are you talking about? No, I don't think. I don't think any Tory should be in charge, let alone Rishi Sunak. But what's going on here? And it's not the first time I've heard this point of view pointed out to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? You make no sense. I can't. Uganda, a guy born in if you're born in England, you're not English. What? Rishi Sunak was born in England. He's English. His heritage might not be English, but he in of himself is English. His wife might not be, but he's English. In actual fact, Boris is like, he's the one that you less likely to call English because he wasn't born in England and he didn't go to school in England. So, what? I mean, part of his name is De Pfeiffer, for fuck's sake, which is Belgian. Or Dutch. One of the two. And it's like, Racists. Anyway, other things. Yeah, Penny Mordaunt. I have to admit, on balance, she seems to be more steady. I mean, she's definitely of the right wing. 'Cause she's Tory and she's right wing in of the right wing Tories. But I will say she doesn't look crazy. She doesn't look confused when she's saying statements. In actual fact, she looks somewhat attractive, and I can't believe I just fucking said that. Um, but I noticed she carries a sort of authoritative resonance in her voice. It sounds ridiculous, but when you compare it to Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss, and even Boris Johnson, I wouldn't say Boris Johnson's authoritative. Right. But it's something about her voice is the way she could. It's like she could command, which is funny considering her military CV is now because it's an honours one anyway. But besides the point, I know the value of using the voice, and it seems that she has it. Um, she seems much more willing to be more broad-minded, which is something. So of them, I think I said earlier on Political X's one that I'd go for Rishi Sunak because he put a poll up on the side chat. I think it was on Max Robespierre's and Political X's Sunday brunch. I think I'm going to change my mind on this one. I would go for Penny Mordaunt. And it's not the sex appeal. That was just a fun add-on. It's... Yes, she's untested. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I would just... It seems I would prefer her over Boris Johnson. Especially. I don't want Boris. And it's not because I'm scared that of the next general election and him beating Labour. Because his vote was falling down anyway. And he spent 2 years before that in charge. Like, it wasn't great. His only big fans are, his fans. Like, the public at large aren't exactly fans of him anymore because he's a dick. But, she hasn't got that much support. And I think they're gonna back that the MPs are gonna back Sunak, and if he gets enough votes, the members will back Johnson. It just depends on how many Sunak gets, because if he gets like 200 if Penny Mordaunt looks like she's not going to get any, and she switches her vote to Sunak, I don't see. It's not. It's not exactly the most possible thing, but could she send her votes to Sunak and keep Johnson out? I'm hearing more on terms of otherwise because she represents more right of party, which is more likely to back Johnson. just, yeah. Whatever way we look at it, we're eating a shit sandwich. Whichever way we look at it, it's another kick in the teeth. We're at a point now where the public want a general election, and the Tories won't go near it because they know they'll be slaughtered. We need a general election. But again, as much as I say that, we're not going to get one. The Tories are terrified. Rightly so. But they're terrified. So, I have no idea how to deal with that. I mean, it seems that it might not be possible after all to recall Tory MPs. Which is like, they're supposed to represent us. Why don't we have the power to recall them? I just... Was that an American thing? I might be getting confused with the American politics here, but if this is supposed to be a democracy, why, and they're supposed to represent us, then why can't we recall them if we are upset with our MPs? Like sending letters of no confidence in our own MPs. I don't know. If someone could let me know on that front, I'd be much obliged. I'm very confused on the issue. I don't know if I really don't know if it's literally a case of there's nothing we can do, or there's something we can do, but it's just not likely. But I'm not getting anything from anyone, so I need someone to tell me some shit, because I don't know what is. I don't know what we are going to be able to do otherwise. A petition, maybe? What's... I mean, from the Tory perspective, I can see why they want to put us back under austerity, because need to balance the books. They fucked the books up, and austerity didn't do what it was supposed to do completely, and it ruined everyone's life. So there's got to be a better way of doing it. Investment, moving maths around, make the rich pay for it more, tax more on the rich. Wealth taxes. Windfall taxes. Even fucking Thatcher went for a windfall tax in her early fucking premiership. Well, a couple anyway. Or our Chancellor did. Which was why she was able to have the legendary 87-88 fucking budget. Yeah. If we get Johnson, it'd be funny if he comes in and goes, right, I need to gain my authority, so we're going to have a general election and I'm going to win it. I'll be so funny if that happens. Rishi Sunak won't do it. If he does say anything about general election, it's likely to be, we're not having one yet, or if he's going to be charitable, he'll say we'll have one next year after we balance the books. The last is unlikely. If it's Penny Mordaunt, and at this point she's unlikely, but I reckon she'd be on more on the lines of Boris, of Rishi Sunak. But we're at a situation where I watched Phil's recent video. He went to London yesterday, and we're getting lost and stuff. Barry Allen was picking up on the march, and 15,000 people there. The Rejoin EU march. So, but no one barely anyone was picking up on it. I barely saw anything on Sky News. So, I didn't even see anything on TL. I'm surprised TLDR didn't pick up on it. But then I suppose they only do a couple of things. Maybe they'll pick up on a podcast or something. But yeah, we're heading for more shit, people. I hope everyone's Sunnudag goes well. I'll be watching the F1 at 8 o'clock this evening. But in the meantime, I'll be keeping abreast of any interesting news. And if anything more pops up, I'll let you know. Just trying to think, is there been anything else that I've seen as interesting? Just have a quick look. Yeah, Steve Baker saying Johnson will be a guaranteed disaster. Yeah, there was a couple of things. China hiding the truth about their economy, but fucking. Oh, we're going to show our finances, and then no, we need to delay it. Wonder why that is. Battle for cash and about to begin. Yeah, that one's interesting. It's funny, if Russia do blow them down, it's going to hurt them more than it's going to hurt Ukraine. Or whatever. Let's see, go here. Yeah, there's another one. Will the Tories have to finally deal with Brexit? Yeah, they're going to have to at some point. I mean, Steve Baker's already trying to, but he's up, down everywhere, so. Oh, that was his last one by Jonathan Pye. Just listen to Jonathan Pye's rant, shall we? To end this one with.
So let's take a look at the rise and rapid fall of Liz Truss, who will be the shortest serving Prime Minister in British history. I mean, that's putting it mildly, isn't it? It's almost the nicest thing you could say about her, the shortest serving Prime Minister. I can think of a thing or two I'd add to that. Liz Truss will be the shortest serving Prime Minister in UK history, and she was dog shit. Fucking dog shit. Her premiership, it would have been a huge disappointment if it hadn't have been such a terrible idea in the first place. Liz Truss being Prime Minister.
I'm gonna kind of replace dog shit with cat shit, because her shit was even more poisonous than what Boris was. Dog shit. She's cat shit, and that's because cat shit's more poisonous.
It was like a 20-year-old supply teacher in a rough comprehensive. shitting themselves in the middle of a GCSE geography lesson and then attempting to continue with the class. Liz Truss, a bland, talentless ferret with the lopsided grin and glassy-eyed look of a person embarrassed to ask for directions. I've hoiked snotty greeners onto the pavement that had better political instincts than the vapid flap of skin that was Liz Truss. I've done more charismatic turds. The state of modern conservatism. A prime minister who was utterly delusional, breathtakingly arrogant, thick as mints, and completely lacking the cognitive power to say something, anything at all, of any value.
Whilst she's not confused.
Whatsoever, ever. And the Conservative Party membership thought she was a good choice.
Yeah. Rishi Sunak or crazy chicken person. And the membership wanted crazy chicken person.
To run the country. Her only real achievement was limboing under the very low bar that Boris Johnson set for her just weeks ago. She was the inevitable bottom of the Brexit barrel, the political equivalent of a skid mark, a ghost poo that felt uncomfortable, but hey, it's gone. Dog shit. From start to finish. How mad is it? How desensitized we are to this chaos. Amazing how used we are to the cogs of government not moving at all. How accustomed we are to the self-serving lack of talent that constitutes the British Conservative Party. This party, this country, our politics has been out of control for a very long time. Years, because no one in government can admit the truth. That there are no sunlit uplands. There never was any taking back of control except that of the lunatics taking control of the asylum and then shitting the bed as soon as they realise that with political power comes the reality of actually running an actual country with actual real human beings with actual real fucking problems. When was the last time someone was actually running the country? I'm not talking someone who's politically aligned with me. I'm talking someone competent with a modicum of integrity and an ounce of intelligence. When? Because over the summer we had months and months of inaction and lies and excuses and more lies and inaction from Boris Johnson. Then she swoops in, kills the Queen, crashes the markets, and then fucks off. And now I'm in a position whereby this time next week I could very well be reporting that Boris Johnson is our new Prime Minister. Again. Dog shit. Fucking dog shit.
No. You're right there. That one's dog shit, but the early one was cat shit, because cat shit is more poisonous.
More turbulence, more lack of direction, more bullshit, more infighting, more contempt for the voter. Dog shit. Well, the runners and riders in this all too familiar Conservative leadership.
Oh dear. I love Jonathan Pye. He's great. He's hilarious. Yeah. That's the kind of rant I'm consistently having with myself. Like, just... Why? Bastards. Anyway. This is me and my dog Specker. I hope... I hope this has been fun for everyone. We're going to see you by Friday next week. What's up? So... Blessed Thursday, everyone. It's been Shadow Eater. Like and subscribe, please. Blessed Thursday, everyone.